Assalamualaikum. How are you all? Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil karim. Amma ba'd. So you know that I'm emphasized with different types of political context, social context, or socio-political context. But in today's discussion, I will discuss about the last phase of the Mughal Empire, more focusing the leadership of Shamrat Aurangzeb. Actually, Emperor Aurangzeb was very famous. He was a sophisticated ruler at his time, but after the regime, after the ruling systems, most of the Hindu religious leaders and Hindu sophisticated leaders criticized Emperor Aurangzeb vehemently in his book and documents. So I will discuss about the controversies of Aurangzeb and why Aurangzeb's emperor is literally important for the concept of ancient Mughal emperor. Aurangzeb's tenure was more than 49 years old. So throughout this time, Aurangzeb has taken lots of political initiative, social initiative, as well as the cultural initiative for the development procedure of the Indian subcontinent. And for these regions, most of the Muslim leaders or Muslim philosophers used to say that Aurangzeb is the finest political leader in the concept of Islam-based subcontinent and Muslim-based philosophy of subcontinent. For example, there is a myth of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was leading his life by writing Quran Sharif and by spinning the hat, which is definitely important for the Muslim people in that time. But in today's discussion, my concept is to make a basic decoration and the basic education of Shamrat Aurangzeb. So before the tenure of Aurangzeb, there were disputes, a huge amount of disputes for getting the Mughal emperor during the time of Shamrat Shah Jahan. So at the last stage of Shamrat Shah Jahan, there was four children of Shamrat Shah Jahan. One is Shah Shuja, another is Dara Shikoh, Aurangzeb, and Sheikh Murad. And from the historians and from the historical concept, Aurangzeb was far better than his brother. For this region's expectation really happened to Aurangzeb, and Aurangzeb was the philanthropist to take the power of the Mughal emperor. But before taking his political power in the Mughal emperor, Aurangzeb arrested his father Shah Jahan, and this history has been absent in different history books and the history culture. So there was a great myth of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb destroyed many kinds of warships, which is important and rational for the perspective of the Hindu religion in that time. For example, I would like to give you an example. The temple's name is Kashi Vishwanath Temple. This has been destroyed by Shamrat Aurangzeb, but this is only not only for the religious perspective. There was related the political perspective. So for these regions, most of the Hindu historians used to say Aurangzeb was not a very good ruler because he would like to establish the Shariat, Islamic Shariat, rather establishing the another philosophy of the subcontinent in that time. But this was controversy. This was some kind of controversial debate, and aftermath, Aurangzeb destroyed another temple. The temple's name is Keshavha Dev Temple. It is one of the finest and historical temple of the Hindu civilization. In the history books and in historical documents, I did not get enough kind of information about the Keshavha Dev Mandir or Keshavha Dev Temple. But as a human being, as a Muslim people, I have to always against the philosophy of the non-Islamic culture, which has been pursued by Shamrat Aurangzeb in that time. So this is on kind of controversy of Shamrat Aurangzeb. But despite these types of controversy, Shamrat Aurangzeb was one of the finest political leader in the historical concept of the Mughal emperor. So right now I will say why Shamrat Aurangzeb's tenure was much more important in establishing the Muslim philosophy in the subcontinent. First of all, he is more political rather than religious leader. For these reasons, he used to establish the equity, he used to establish the justice, conscience in the historical period of Mughal Emperor, or in the last phase of the Mughal Emperor. For these regions, people has a strong belief on Shamrat Aurangzeb for these reasons, because his lifestyle and his justice is unique and on the basis of equity. The second reason is that Aurangzeb was an honest man, and I got the information from the different types of historians, from different types of political leaders also. But having his religious controversies, I will not see Aurangzeb was the dictator, or Aurangzeb was the fascist leader, but some of his activities definitely poses and attributed the fascism in the time during the medieval period, or last phase of Mughal emperor. The third reason why I would like to like most of Aurangzeb, because of his simple lifestyle. So if I make a basic comparative discussion with the another Mughal leaders in that time, Shamrat Shah Jahan, Shamrat Akbar, or Shamrat Johruddin Muhammad Babur, so they actually was lavish persons in their lifestyle. Even they had a strong affiliation with money, with ladies, or more than unethical activities. But from this perspective, Aurangzeb's character and Aurangzeb's personal activities is far more better than any other political leaders. Even Shamrat Akbar, he has introduced most of the controversial issues by introducing Dini Ilahi religion in that time with the philosophers firstly Abed, but aftermath, after the incident, after the system was not good at that time. So in that time of controversy, Shamrat Aurangzeb has transferred everything from the Muslim philosophy. He would like to establish only the Islamic philosophy, Islamic rules, Islamic culture, Islamic jurisprudence, Islamic philosophy in that time. For these regions, most of the Muslim leaders, Muslim philosophers, they have a strong affiliated contribution on Shamrat Aurangzeb's tenure in that time. So the biggest controversy of Aurangzeb is that Aurangzeb had a strong controversy with Maratha, or with the Sikh community. For these regions, at the last phase of his tenure, he had faced lots of political barrier, social barrier, and economical barrier also. But I think that in the perspective of the Mughal emperor, in the perspective of the last phase of the Mughal emperor, he has been established a very good philosophical identity of the